Welcome everybody to our performance of Much Ado About Nothing in 1 hour, which is actually Much Ado About Nothing in just over 1 hour, an hour and a quarter. And it's performed by drama students from Niagara University in the USA. And they come to the UK in the summer to do a study abroad program here with My Live Literature Company and a study centre in London. And they study the performance of Shakespeare and also write academically on Shakespeare, and the same on contemporary British drama as well. So that's the structure of that course, and this production is placed at exactly the moment in time in our history in the UK when there was a very large American presence in the southwest of this country, because just before the D-Day landings, there was a very big American presence here. They were helping build the landing craft, all of that. And in particular, a place I know very well in the southwest, Doulton, had many US Navy people there, and they had a very big influence on our British local population in that part of the country, and are remembered to this day for everything they did, for their part in turning around the Second World War. And so our production is placed just after the D-Day landings, when it seemed as though the end of the war was finally in sight. And these are the American servicemen in the Southwest at that point in time, deciding they would like to present Much Ado as an entertainment to the local residents of our country. I'd just like to mention something as well, just briefly, which is the Royal Society of Literature have recently done a very big survey in the UK, and 81% of the UK population think that either watching literature or reading it or having experience of literature helps for people to understand other points of view. So you are part of the 80% of the UK population here today who support that. Thank you very much.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot by sea and 1 on shore. To one thing constant never. And sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe unto hey nonny nonny.
It says in this letter that the Earl comes this night to Salcombe.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the navy of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Senor Benedict.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Salcombe and challenged Cupid at the flight. But I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all his killing.
Nay, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
Oh, you had musty victual, and he hath hope to eat it. He's a very valiant Frenchman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord. A man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
Indeed, he's no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt her and Signor Benedict. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very evenly possible. He wears his faith, but of the fashion of his cap, it ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But who is his companion? Is there no young square that will make the voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. God help the noble Claudio. If he hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady. Stupid friends.
You'll never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
The Earl is approached.
Good Signor Leonato, are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no. But then were you a child?
You have full Benedict. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be your father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all a soul comb. It's like him as she is.
I wonder why you should still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear lady, disdain? You yet living,
Is it possible that disdain should die while she has such meat food to feed, Signor Benedict? Courtesy thus may convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
it is courtesy eternal. But it is certain that I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I will find I can find in my heart that I have not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
Oh, a dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Oh God, keep your ladyship still in that mind, till some gentleman or other shall escape a free pestilence and scratch his face.
Scratching could not make it worse to her face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare pair of teachers.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse at the speed of your tongue is so good a continuer. But keep your way, a God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Senor Claudio and Senor Benedict. My dear friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer.
My lord, I bid you all welcome. Having been reconciled to the Earl your brother, I owe you all duty.
I'm not of many words, but I thank you.
Please let your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Benedict, dost thou know the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should you for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this combination I put forth to them. Were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Did you pry her to inquire after her?
In the world's eye, such a jewel?
Yea! As a case to put it into. But speak you this with the sad brow.
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see without spectacles, and I see no such matter. But there's her cousin. She were not possessed with the fury, exceeds her in beauty as the first of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intention for her husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary. If Hero would be my wife.
What? Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Well, go to and faith, and thou wilt thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the sign, and sigh away Sundays. Look, girls return to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh, you hear, Count Claudio. Mark how short his answer is. He's in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and trust, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
She is worthy, I know.
That a woman conceives me, I thank her. But that she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. That I will have her wheat sheet winked to my forehead, or hanged my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see ere I die, with pale blood.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord. Not
Well, you temporize with the hours. Good Senor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, commend me to him, and tell him I shall not fail him in supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me to make such an adaptation, so I commit you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a sailor's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task at hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, that war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come strong and soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero with a book of words. If thou lovest fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her and with her father, and she shall be thine. Was not to this conclusion that thou began with so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no love's grieved by his complexion. But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have salved it with a longer treatise.
I know we shall have revelry tonight. I shall assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero, I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
Burning all your sounds of woe into hey nani nani.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He's very busy about it. But brother, I can tell you strange news that you yet not dreamt of. The Earl and Count Claudia, walking in a thick-bleached alley in my orchard, were thus overheard by a man of mine. The Earl discovered in Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. We found her accordant, meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I'll call for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter with all, that she may be better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it.
What's the figure, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measuring the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
But when I have heard it, what blessings bringeth it?
If not a present remedy, yet a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's pleasure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and wait on no man in his humor. Laugh when I am merry, and flaw no man in his humor.
You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true fruit, but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. But in the meantime, let me be as I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. What comes here? Horatio, what news?
I came yonder from a great supper. The Earl, your brother, was royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve model to build mischief on?
Married, it is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
Oh, a proper squire. And who, which way looks he?
Married. On Hero, the heir and daughter of Leonato.
A very forward march chick. How came you to this?
Being entertained by a perfumer, as I was smoking in a musty room, come to me the Earl and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I, whip me behind the Aries, and there overheard and agreed upon that the Earl shall woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Claudio.
Huh? Let us thither. This may prove to be the food to my displeasure.
Let us to the banquet.
Will you? You're both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
We will wait upon your lordship.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm always heartburned an hour after. He is of a very melancholy disposition. We were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one, two-legged image and says nothing, and the other, two like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
So, have Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg, a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man could win any woman in the world, if he could get her good will.
My troth, niece, I will never give thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she is too cursed.
You curse is more than curse. I shall lessen God's sending that way, for it is said, God sends a cursed cow short horns, but a cow too cursed, he sends none.
So by being too cursed, God will send you no horns.
Just if he sends me no husband, for the which blessing I am asking upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light upon a husband that hath no beard.
What shall I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman. He that hath a beard is more than a youth. He that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make courtesy and say, Father, as it please you. For all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another courtesy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make man of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you not do what is the top. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and therefore dance out the answer. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting. As is a Scotch jig, a measure, and a pig-pig. The first suit is hot, hasty, like a Scotch jig, and full as fantastic. The wedding, mannerly, modest as a measure, full of state and ancient. And then comes repentance, who with his bad legs falls into the syncope faster and faster until he sinks into his grave.
Cousin! Apprehend passing Shrewsbury.
I have a good eye, uncle, and I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make a room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
I may say so when I please,
And when please you to say so.
when I like your favor. For God defend the loop should be like the pace.
Speak low if you speak loud. Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales. Why, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
Who was he?
Well, I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what?
Why, he is the fool's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slander. None but libertines delight in him. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him in peace. I'm sure he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know this gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Oh, do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which pre-adventure neither marked nor laughed at strikes him into melancholy. And then there's a partridge being saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. Come, we must follow the leaders.
Well, in every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I'll leave them at the next turning.
My brother hath gone with Leonardo to break with him about his daughter, who is clearly an amateur. The ladies followed him, but one buys remains, and that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Sir, are you not Signor Benedict? You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth. You will play the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her? I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight. Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the Earl woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore let all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself. And trust no agent. For beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio!
Yea, the same.
Tom, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow, about your own business, Count. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck like a usurer's chain, or under your arm like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way for the Earl, and not your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Why, that's spoken like an honest rover. It's only so bullets. You think the Earl would have served you, though?
I pray you leave
Oh,
me.
now, you strike like the blind man. It's the boy that stole your meat, and you'll be the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt foul. Now will he creep with his sentence. That my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The Earl's fool? It may be I go under that title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, senor, where's the count? Do you see him?
Croft, my lord, I played the part of Lady Kay. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a ward.
The Lady Beatrice has a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me! Past the endurance of a block. She speaks poniards, and every word stabbed. Her breath were as terrible as her termination. There were no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with even as a life.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace permit me any service to the world then? I will go on the slightest errand now to the Indians. Advise sent me on. You have no employment for me?
None but desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure this lady tongue.
Come, lady. Come, you have lost the heart of Senor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent me a while, and I gave him use for it. Double heart for his single one. Marry once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother a fool. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord. The count was neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil count. Civil as an orange, and something of a jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have brokered her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give you joy.
My lord, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say, Amen to it!
Speak, count, is your cue. Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself to you and dote upon the exchange. Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Indeed, my lord, I thank it. Poor fool keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart. And so she does, cousin. Good lord for an alliance. Thus goes everyone into the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you?
Will you have me, lady?
No.
My lord, unless I may have another 4 working days, your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, for to be merry best becomes you. For, out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter often say she have dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
By no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
My lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on precious to love with all his strength.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just the 7th night. The time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, shake your head so long winded. But I warrant you, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, me and you, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring to Senor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not put to fashion if you 3 will minister such assistance as I shall give direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watches.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I'll do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor, and confirmed honesty. I shall teach you how to humor your cousin, so that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your 2 helps, shall so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
It is so. Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Nay, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment would be medicinal. I am sick in displeasure with him. Whatsoever comes before his affection ranges evenly with mine. How
can't stop Croft's marriage.
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how I was in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her chamber lady's window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to tamper. Go you to the earl your brother, spare not to tell him that he has wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightly hold up to a contaminated stale, such a one as Hero.
Well, what proof should I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the earl, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and to kill Leonardo. Looks you for any other issue?
Only to despite them I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me, and tend a kind of zeal both to the Count and Claudio. And see me at her chamber lady's window. Hear me term Margaret Hero. Hear Margaret term me Claudio. And the preparation overthrow.
Grow this to whatever adverse issue it can, I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working of this, and thy fee is 1,000 pounds.
Be constant in the accusation, and my cunning will not shame me.
I will go presently learn the day of their marriage.
Boy,
Senor!
in my chamber lies the book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
I am here already, sir.
I know that, but I would have thee hence and here again. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool, when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he had laughed at such shallow follies, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. Like such a man as Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him, but the drum and the fife. And now he'd rather hear the tabor and the pipe. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll not. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an image. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be what color it please God. Oh, the Earl and Monsieur Lowe. I will hide thee in the arbor.
Come, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord. How still the evening is, hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
You were Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended, we'll fit the kit box with the pennyworth.
Come, Balthazar, we'll have that song again.
Oh, good, my lord. That's not so bad a voice to slander music more than once.
I pray thee sing, and let me woo no more.
Since you speak of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit, to her he thinks not worthy. Yet does he woo, yet does he love.
Now pray thee, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my note. There's not a note worth of mine that's not worth the noting.
Why, these are the very crotchets that he speaks. No notes for sooth and nothing.
Now, divine heir, now is his soul ravished, while a hoard for my money when all's done.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot by sea and 1 on shore. To one thing constant never. The and sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditty, sing no more, a song so dull and heavy. The pride of men were ever so, and summers oh so leafy. Then sigh not so, but let him go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
By my troth, a good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
Ha, no, thou singst well enough for a shift.
And had he been a dog that should have howled thus, they would have hanged him. I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. I had his night, heard the night raven. Come what plague could have come after it.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today, that your niece Beatrice was in love with Senor Benedict?
Oh, I! Stuck on the faucets? I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath with all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible since the wind in that corner?
My lord, I know not what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovered it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? How, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
So would I, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is gall. But that the white British fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
She has taken the affection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This she says when she is beginning to write to him. For she will be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock as she hath written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter sometimes appears she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, she will not discover it.
To what end? He would but make a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should if were alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
Hey! My lord, blood and wisdom combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to one that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, as I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed the stowage on me. I would have dapped all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedict of it, hear what he will say.
We're good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if we love her not. She will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if she woo her, rather than she will make one breath with her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, it's very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed an outward happiness.
For God is in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I
story.
Well, I am sorry for your needs. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of your love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, she may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and I wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy to have so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectations.
And so must the same net be spread for her that your daughter and gentlewoman. Let us send her to call him in to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the true comfort from heroes. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have the full bent. Love me? Why? It must be requited. I mean, I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, she would rather die than give any signs of affection. I did never think to marry. I mean, I must not seem proud. But by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no greater argument to her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her! I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I railed so long against marriage. But does not the appetite alter? A man loves some meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I was married. Here comes Beatrice. I just say she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your patience.
I take no more pains for those things than you take pains to think. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message.
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a doll with all. You have no stomachs, nor fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I take no more pains than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. I will go get her picture.